For weeks the long-awaited counteroffensive on Ukraine's southern front seemed to be stuck. Now the troops managed to break through the first line of defense of Russia. Experts believe that this is a dangerous period for Russia. For a long time, Ukrainian counteroffensive seemed to have sunk in the mud. Front lines barely moving. But now Ukraine has made a breakthrough on the critical southern front near Zaporozhye. As Deputy Minister Defense Ukraine Hanna Maliar reported, Ukrainian armed forces managed to break through first-line defense Russian forces and are currently continuing counterattack in vicinity Melitopol. Our armed forces achieved success near Novodanilivka and Novoprokopivka, Maliar said. Both are villages in the Zaporizhia Oblast. In addition, Kiev is said to have recaptured 3 square kilometers near the eastern Ukrainian city of Bakhmut, where intense fighting has taken place. The Ukrainian counteroffensive began in June 2023. Kyiv's goal is to liberate its lands in the Zaporizhia, Donetsk, Luhansk and Kherson regions, partly occupied by Russian forces. Ukraine also aims to retake Crimean Peninsula, which is located between the Black Sea and Sea of Azov, and illegally annexed by Moscow in 2014. The commander of Zaporizhia region, Brigadier General Alexander Tarnovsky, told British Sunday newspaper The Observer that troops are currently located between first and second lines of Russian defense in southern Ukraine. Recently, there were reports that the Ukrainian armed forces were making progress near the village of Robotyne. At the moment, Russian troops are trying to regain the lost territory through a series of counterattacks. Why was this breakthrough so difficult? Initially, a much earlier breakthrough was expected, but the Ukrainian counteroffensive was long hampered by a huge minefield, which, as Tarnovsky explains, made it difficult for troops to advance or evacuate the wounded. It was also reported that aid forces came under heavy fire while crossing the minefield. Australian military analyst Alan Orr believes that NATO has not adequately equipped and trained the Ukrainian forces. He told the U.S. newsweekly Newsweek. Why was the breakthrough successful despite the difficulties? Russian battalion commander Alexander Khodakovsky said his troops were subjected to extreme physical and psychological stress while defending their southeastern regions. Citing Khodakovsky's statement, Sunday's report by the U.S. think tank Institute for War Studies concluded that the situation in Russia is getting worse. The ISW report noted that Russian troops were under constant Ukrainian artillery fire, and Khodakovsky was unsure whether distressed and exhausted Russian forces would be able to defend against a future Ukrainian attack in this area of the front. What to do with this breakthrough? Experts believe that this breakthrough is indeed a positive step for the Ukrainian forces. According to Tarnovsky, Russian forces devote